I want to do a quick discussion video on Rite of the 9. It's finally live and it's finally playable, and I haven't been uploading for the past like week and a half because I've just been waiting for Rite of the 9. I really like some of the updates that I'd heard about and I wanted to see them in action. So starting with the RDMs Nerf, it was long overdue, and I love this exotic, believe me. I've made a million videos on it, but I knew it needed a nerf, and this was a good one. They nerfed its accuracy bonuses by 60% and its aim's fall-off distance bonus by 60%, which has brought it in line with hipfire grip. You can still stack the two together for really good hipfire, especially on sidearms and SMGs. They still feel really good. Some of the more fringe options like hand cannons, scouts, pulses, autos, they don't feel that great while hipfiring anymore, especially when you get in the further ranges with them. But that's fine, it is what it is, and I'm not too sure about bows. They were very good before, they might still be really good now. I didn't use them yet. Now, since those effects were reduced, they did move them onto Lunafaction boots and Lion Rampants as well in the form of a buff. So now all three classes can hipfire. I'd still argue though that RDMs is the best of the three, considering you still can chain dodges together. That did not get nerfed. And you'd have 30 mobility, 20 AE, like really good passive benefits that are just hard to overlook. So RDM's probably the best of the three, but you can play on any class now and hipfire, which is cool. There was a few other sandbox changes like a nerf to Lightning Surge and a nerf to On the Prowl that were long overdue. Very happy to see them. I still think Lightning Surge can be nerfed even more, and then perhaps they need to investigate a way to make it viable on Arc Warlock, because it's only really good on Prismatic Warlock where you can have 3 charges thanks to Arcane Needle. So they're going to have to figure something out with that melee. We'll see. Some of the Hunter Knives got buffs as well with their tracking strength being increased. Even Withering Blade, but Withering Blade in my opinion, I don't get what they're doing with it. They gave it a 20% increase to tracking strength and a 10% damage increase. I don't think that thing should do that much damage. I'd prefer if it traveled really fast, ricocheted off walls, and tracked really well after that ricochet, and then did like 25 damage but slowed people. Like if it was just a gadget to slow people and prevent them from escaping you as they tried to flee behind angles, I think that would be way cooler than something you just like are standing right in front of someone and just throw it at them. In my opinion, like I thought the main appeal to the shuriken was it ricocheting off walls. Just a thought, but you know, a tracking strength buff, we'll take it. It'll probably help with the ricochets as well. So cool. They also got rid of snap skating finally. I like snap skating, but it's fine. I don't need it. It's gone. I'll just go back to using Celestial Fire and it'll be very good. And maybe even throwing on the Incendiary Grenade for some ignition chaining. But yeah, those are the main sandbox changes that I cared about. I'd say overall, really good job on the sandbox changes. They were kind of long overdue though, so they're not like super exciting. They're very predictable, but necessary. As for the content itself, I want to talk about Rite of the 9. It's 3 dungeons being reprised with some new mechanics, I think. I haven't played the harder difficulties yet. And then you also have 4 reprised weapons per dungeon. And let me just say this. I think the loot is complete garbage. The loot sucks. It's not that it sucks like it's not meta, it's just the same. Like Liminal Vigil, for example, should have had hipfire grip or some type of hipfire perk added to it, and they didn't. Its god roll is still tap the trigger kill clip. So they expect me to go back in and farm out the same god roll of Liminal Vigil, the same god roll of No Survivors, the same god roll of Prosecutor. Prosecutor is literally, it just had been reprised, it's enhanceable right now, the old version of it. And they want me to go in and farm another enhanceable version of it. It's not even like Liminal Vigil where like, okay, I can at least justify going and getting the Adept enhanceable version. That's a big improvement. No, it's already in the game with the same god roll, enhanceable, and they want me to go refarm it. Go to hell. You guys suck. Put some freaking new perks on a gun. And like Judgment, for example, you guys went in this patch note, you said you buffed its reload, its handling, and its mag size. So while you were there looking at a gun, buffing its stats that you deemed necessary, you overlooked the fact that it has 10 AE. Why didn't you buff its AE? How did you overlook that? Are you blind? It has 10 AE, it needs an update. That gun sucks. Even with a little bit more reload and handling, it still sucks. It is terrible. That type of stuff really pisses me off. I'm sick of these guns getting reprised from like the beginning of the game, and they just don't update their stats in a meaningful way, so they suck. What is the point? Who is using these stat stinkers, like Better Devils? Who is equipping that thing? It has awful stats. It sucks. Just saying. It really pisses me off. So for this update, bringing back 3 dungeons that I don't even like Prophecy I thought was really good, but I've played it too much. And then Ghost of the Deep I hate, and Spire the Watcher I also hate. I don't know if with Spire the Watcher, if they remove the dialogue that you had to sit through for 30 seconds every time, unskippable. I hope to God that they did. I haven't played it yet, and the fact that they're on a rotation is also lame as hell. So many aspects of this update really piss me off. I think they did a horrible job with this update, and it's free though. So can you really criticize it? I guess not. But if you're trying to tie this over for several months, like the next DLC is coming in July 15th, you didn't do a good job. Alright. And I didn't think Onslaught was good either. Many people love that update. I thought the loot was great, obviously, but the Onslaught activity sucked. I thought it was so boring. I'm not even opposed to a horde mode, but that was such a boring implementation of it. With, you know, the fastest farm being doing 10 waves and then leaving. How lame is that? And they never fixed it. Like, you should have been getting double, triple, quadruple loot the further you got into the frickin' horde mode, but no. No, we'll just not do that for no reason, and now the activity is dead. No one plays it anymore because it freaking sucks. But yeah, I can go on and on about stuff like that. It just irks me when they don't do a good job with the loot. But honestly, with what's coming in Edge of Fate, maybe there was no point. Like, we have gear tiering and Arbor 3.0 coming in just a few months. Maybe they didn't even bother with this stuff because they're probably planning on reissuing it yet again with the new systems. Like, the amount of times they find a way to update guns so that they can bring them back with the update, it's getting out of hand at this point. I don't know how people aren't catching on to how freaking obnoxious this is. But what can you do? I guess for me, it's a good thing. I don't have to play this game. I don't have to farm the loot. I won't be making videos on it because I don't care. It's all really boring in my opinion, and it won't be any different than the prior versions. Would have really liked to see Grasp of Avarice instead of one of these dungeons, because Matador, Ice Luna, and 1,000-Yard Stare coming back enhanceable and being adept and having all the new perks that they've lacked and been missing out on for years, damn would they have been good. But what can you do? Sometimes they just need to pick Ghost of the Deep as the reprisal when I literally couldn't care less about that loot. It's all terrible. That's it for this video though. I'm really just going to leave it there. As for my thoughts on the future DLCs, I thought Edge of Fate looked pretty cool. Not too pumped about Renegades being like a Star Wars DLC, but I don't think people understand how that's really going to pan out. I think they see it as like a crossover event. I don't think that's the case. I'm sure there'll be a couple of weapons in there that look like they're from Star Wars, but I think the story is going to be more Destiny based than people really think. But maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. But I'm not too happy about that. It is what it is. Eververse is going to be booming. That's for damn sure. And Justin Truman just got announced as like the new director of Destiny, which is going to be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare for this game. That guy is scum. He is, if everything you dislike about this game with the content patterns, he is that. He's the embodiment of that. This dude is a dirtbag. Heavily dislike him if what I've heard about him is true, and his GCX panel he did. He is a dirtbag. That's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.